Hi, my name is Nathan. You're watching Nice at Dice, and this is my month in gaming for December 2020. Basically, just a relatively short video where I go over some of the highlights of my gaming hobby over the past month. And because it's also the end of the year, I'm going to take the opportunity to kind of review some of the highlights of my gaming hobby over the course of the whole year. So, we'll get right into it for December 2020. I did play two games that were new to me. I played a game called The Crew. It's a cooperative trick-taking game. So basically, trick-taking, maybe you're familiar with something like spades or hearts, kind of along the same lines, except instead of competing to maybe take the most tricks or the least tricks or something like that, instead, you're basically trying to make sure that certain players take tricks containing certain cards. That's the basic premise. It changes up from game to game. There's a series of like 50 different missions you play through that each have different win conditions. So the win conditions will change a little bit as you go through the game, but basically it boils down to trying to get certain people to win tricks that contain certain cards in each game. So it was a pretty interesting game. I enjoyed it a lot. We played through maybe like the first dozen missions and enjoyed those, and I'm excited to get back to it and play through some more missions, see how the difficulty and the complexity of it ramps up through these additional missions. I also played a game called Infinity Gauntlet. It's a Marvel themed game. It's based on the game Love Letter, mechanics wise. Basically, it is either 1-on-1 or 1 versus many, where one player is playing as Thanos. They're trying to collect the Infinity Stones so they can forge the Infinity Gauntlet, and the other players are playing the Marvel heroes trying to prevent Thanos from doing this. Basically, it's a lot of counting cards. If you're on the hero side, trying to set up the other players on your team to have good turns, and trying to basically deduce what other people might have in their hands and play accordingly. So, fun game. Yeah, enjoyed it quite a bit. Also, I did get rid of one game this month. I got rid of a game called High Command. There's two different versions of High Command. There's High Command Hordes and there's High Command War Machine. I had basically the full collection of both games, all expansions, and I passed it on to somebody else who was more interested in it than me. I did 4 videos this month, so it was kind of light on videos this month, but I took a look at Mystic Vale Evergreen, the newest expansion for Mystic Vale. Real small expansion, just adds a little bit to the game, not a whole lot, but I thought it was nice for what it was. Nice little package. Also a organizer for the game Near and Far, so like a plastic insert that goes inside the box and helps you organize all the components in the box, and a lot of it can come out of the box to use to keep things organized on the table during play. So it was a pretty nice product. Yeah, definitely would promote that one. And then I reviewed 2 games. I reviewed Photosynthesis, which is really an abstract game about like planting, growing, and harvesting trees, collecting sunlight to do that. But it's really an abstract game. It's an okay game. And I reviewed a game, and I reviewed Infinity Gauntlet, which I mentioned earlier. So those are the 4 videos that I did. I kind of took off like the past week and a half, so that's why not so many videos. Just kind of looking back on the year as a whole, I thought it was interesting this year. I had started this channel a few years back, and then I had taken a couple of years off. So this year in January, I kind of came back to it, and I was like, let me try and do something with this. And so I started in like at the end of January, beginning of February, doing one of these videos where I just recapped my activities in January, games that I had played, stuff like that. And I said I was going to, at the very least, I was going to do one of these videos every month where I just kind of recapped new games I had played, what I thought of them, that kind of thing. And I might do other videos. I ended up doing all those videos, one of these each month, so 12 of those videos, and altogether 55 other videos, reviews, watch me play, things like that. So 55 other videos plus these 12, so That's what, 67 videos over the course of the year. So I'm pretty excited with that because that's the best year that I have had as far as producing content for the channel. That's more than one video a week consistently. Now, of course, January, February, March were kind of light on videos, and then in April it really picked up. So a lot of that had to do, of course, with the pandemic hitting here in North America. Had a lot more time at home to work on things like this. So that's probably a big reason why it was such a big year for me with the channel. It's, remains to be seen if that will continue into next year or not. But it's, I feel pretty good about that anyway. So that was pretty exciting. That being said, I don't think I'll be doing these types of videos anymore, the kind of monthly wrap-up kind of videos, because they don't seem to draw a lot of views. Not that it's all about drawing a lot of views, but it's just an extra thing to do every month, and if not very many people are benefiting from it, I'd rather focus my attention on other things. So this will be the last time I do that. But I am glad that I stuck with it. I did do these monthly videos, and I did a whole bunch of other videos along the way. One of the goals that I've had over the course of the year is to get rid of some games, because I just feel like I have too many games to really get to play all of them. And I'd rather have a smaller collection of games that I play more often. So over the course of the game, I got rid of 48 total board games, plus maybe like a dozen role-playing games that I just wasn't playing as often. So again, feel pretty good about that. 48 games out of my collection still leaves me with over 100, but it's much closer to where I want to be. I played a lot of new games this year. I'm not going to recap all of them, but I will be doing a couple of other videos in the coming week where I'm going to talk about 3 games that were new to me this year that I especially enjoyed. So 3 games that definitely get a high recommendation from me. And then I'm also going to talk about my 3 biggest disappointments from last year. So I don't normally go like real negative like that. If I'm reviewing a game and I didn't enjoy it, I'll let you know I didn't enjoy it. But I figured I would highlight these because I have played a lot of games. Some of them were really good. Some of them were really bad. And if I can spare anyone else from having to waste time on a game that is not very satisfying, I'd like to do that. So you can look forward to those 2 videos coming up in probably the next few days or a couple of weeks, something like that. And yeah, so in any case, if you've started following me in the past year, I really appreciate it. If you've been following me longer than that, I definitely appreciate it because it was a long drought there, I know. But in any case, it's been a good year for the channel, and I've really enjoyed working on it. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching this video. Again, my name is Nathan. You're watching Nice at Dice, and you enjoy the rest of your day.